Amtrak Rail Pass.
Would you like to do it? Follow our holiday journey.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Lori, and we started our journey in Kansas City. Follow us as we go across the country.
Station Kansas City, we met Al Capone, who said, "Why don't you go to Chicago?"
What a great idea.
But it's too cold. We're going to Texas. Amtrak USA Rail Pass gives you 10-second segments of travel, coach only.
Coach only means no bed, but it also has to be used in 1 month. We really enjoyed our time. We brought a travel pillow and a small travel blanket, and we were warm at night. It was very important. We also brought a lot of snacks we could eat, and then we brought some meals that we could create in the dining car by ourselves.
But not meals that had to be refrigerated or microwaved.
That's right. We had to be a little creative on the food part. There were a couple meals we ate in the dining car, actually the cafe car, and it was very good. There were often dining cars available, but they're $25 for breakfast, $20 for breakfast, $25 for lunch, $45 for dinner. Yeah, we decided to eat our own stuff.
When using the Amtrak Rail Pass, here's what these segments are. You get on the train, you go from point A to point B. If you do not have to change trains, that is a rail segment. For example, you can ride all the way from Chicago to Seattle on one segment. But if you get off in between, then it counts as 2 segments. Or if at some point you have to change trains, that would count as 2 segments as well. For entertainment on the train, of course, you could always look out the window and see America pass by, but we also brought card games. Wyatt Earp was a card game that we played together. I play sports card games. We brought a couple of books to read as well.
And we also just enjoyed playing on our phone a little bit. But during the day, we enjoyed looking outside. And America is just an amazing place to look at. Look at all these little towns we saw. We just enjoyed seeing the towns and the traffic and the people and the Christmas lights. It was really wonderful. We had a snowfall, so we had a wonderful
winter scenes everywhere.
It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
The Missouri River Runner train is what we are on now, as you see the scenery go by. Had Wi-Fi, so if you log on to Amtrak Wi-Fi and properly sign in, you can watch videos from YouTube and things like that as you travel as well, or download YouTube videos or movies to watch on your phone. When nighttime came, sleeping for Lori was not too difficult. She thought it would be. It was a little more difficult for me, but the cars were generally quiet, and they turned the lights down. People are respectful of the fact that other people are trying to sleep, usually, and that worked out well for us.
We caught the Texas Eagle, and we are now in Texas. We're in Marshall, Texas. Oh, now we're in Longview, and there's some wonderful train stations down there.
We don't see Arkansas because you pass through it in the nighttime on the Texas Eagle. Here we're coming into Dallas Union Station.
It was very fun. There was so many great views in Dallas, including the train station itself. We were able to get outside. They call it a smoke break or a fresh air break. It gives you a chance to get off the train and move your legs a little bit, and we got to look around at the city.
Not every stop is a fresh air break or a smoke break. Sometimes, normally they stop, let passengers off, get them on. It's all very quick, within a minute or two, and then the train goes. They'll tell you when it's a fresh air break, and they'll tell you to stay close to the train if it's necessary, or if it's longer, they'll tell you what you can do there as well. I love to watch trains. When I met Lori, I told her that's going to be part of our life, watching trains, riding trains. That's it.
And boy, did I have no idea how much train watching I'd end up doing too. But I really enjoy being on the train and seeing America and just seeing the beauty of the different places. Hey, we're at Neely Plaza now.
Dealey Plaza.
Dealey Plaza, which is where JFK was shot. Historic site, which you get an amazing view both ways of the train coming and going.
We were in Dallas earlier, and if you wanted to go in the school depository, it was like about $70 per person.
Plus parking is ridiculous over there.
Parking was high, but you get a great view from the rails. The train was fairly early, so we had a longer layover in Fort Worth, Texas, and more train watching was happening. When you've got that much time, you can kind of explore the station or go to a market nearby and then get back to your train before the time that they told you they're going to be leaving.
Yeah, we had over an hour here, which is really unusual, but we were able to get off, and there was a little subway shop close to the train station. And even just going into the historic train stations are pretty incredible. Some of these are very old and they're really cool to look at. We really enjoyed the different variety of buildings and just the chance to walk around and see a little tiny bit of Fort Worth.
Well, again, I got to do lots of train watching, the Trinity Railroad Express. These are trains I've never seen before in person. Here they're washing a train, and it's getting a bath at Fort Worth.
And we had like an hour at the stop, which was pretty incredible that you had that much time on your hand. Most of the time, the trains really are on time unless they have to get stopped by a freight train or they have an issue or whatever they have to stop at. We were mostly on time. All of our 10 segments, we had one situation which was not on time at all. It was 2.5 hours late, which we actually didn't mind a whole lot because we were in a beautiful hotel room and my husband was train watching, so he didn't mind. But we ended up being 4.5 hours late. When that happens, what you do is you call Amtrak and they usually comp you that segment of the trip. So it helped us out because we were able to do a whole nother segment because of that.
This was Temple, Texas, and they had a cool rail museum at the train station, and that's some pictures that have been on. One of the best things that they had was a drumhead marker from the Texas Chief that was on the train when I worked for Santa Fe during college. That's the same marker that was on the trains that I worked. We ate at Trento Pizza in Temple, Texas, and enjoyed this spot. It was pretty nice to walk around Temple, Texas, about 60 degrees the first day, maybe 45 to 50 the second day.
Temple, Texas trip, we started out going to California, and we took the California Zephyr
to Emeryville.
To Emeryville, which is close to San Francisco. It's a very long trip. We decided to break it up about halfway. Halfway was a place called Grand Junction, Colorado. And we didn't know anything about it, but we just stopped and spent the night at the hotel. Was 0.2 miles away, and it was a beautiful downtown, a nice hotel, great restaurants, a lovely city, so much beautiful art in that area. We really enjoyed our day in Grand Junction. We got back on the train, and then we ended up in Emeryville. We were pretty close to on time, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we ended up seeing some amazing sights. That is one of the best parts of the California Zephyr. You go through the Colorado Rockies, which is just amazing and so much fun. And if you're lucky, you get mooned. And then we also went through Donner Pass, which is another really beautiful, beautiful spot that you get to see. California Zephyr is one of the most popular routes, and it's one of the most beautiful in all the United States. We enjoyed it.
Then we rode the Coastal Starlight down the California coast to Los Angeles, and we intended to see some friends in Los Angeles. We did see some friends, but that train was 3.5 hours late, and we ended up getting that segment back for free. They had an issue with one of the Siemens Chargers locomotives.
because it was so late, we ended up losing out on seeing some of our really good friends in Los Angeles, but we were able to spend a few hours in the hotel, get a little bit of shut eye, and then we met up with some more friends and we went sightseeing a bit in downtown Los Angeles and saw Alvera Street and ate at some great restaurants. Ate at Felipe's, the very first French dip place. And then we got back on the train and we took the
Southwest Chief back home to Kansas City,
Southwest Chief.
which we didn't break that trip up. We did the whole, basically it's 2 days.
It was 2 nights on the train. Yeah, we got on at 4 o'clock and then 4 p.m. and then we got in like at 7:30 in the morning, or 6:30 in the morning. And 2 nights on the train, by the end of it, we were a little bit tired. We'd been on the train for almost a week. We'd had 3 nights in a hotel and 4 nights on the train. And honestly, for the next 3 nights in my own bed, I woke up thinking I was still rocking in the train. So I did get over that. Kind of like being on a boat and, getting off and still feeling like you're on the boat. But it was fine. It was really, it was okay. We did have to recuperate from that trip. We had Thanksgiving. And then we took another trip, and this time we went to Chicago. We enjoyed our time in Chicago. It was we took the Lincoln River Runner all the way from Kansas City up to Chicago, which is kind of a long way to go, but it was a new train set, and Brian hadn't been on it before. They're nice trains, and we really enjoyed Chicago. It was a little cool, but not cold for Chicago, and we had just a nice time. And then we came back, and there was an uneventful trip.
Okay, once again, you see in our trip back now, we're on the Texas Eagle. This is train number 22. The even number trains go east. Odd number trains, we took 21 Texas Eagle to go west. So the odd number trains go west, the even number trains go east, and we're coming again into Union Station in Dallas, Texas. And once again, we took it to St. Louis, where we got on the Missouri River Runner Lincoln Service train to go back home to Kansas City.
And would you do it again? What do you think?
Sure, I would do this again.
What was your favorite part, Brian?
Well, I always love to see the historic places, the scenery. One of the favorite things I like about Amtrak is they go from downtown to downtown. And you can usually find hotels close by, restaurants close by, things to do within walking distance.
And we just enjoyed the scenery, enjoyed seeing America. It's just a beautiful view of the United States of America. It's just an incredible way to see the country. I loved seeing every bit of the diverse scenery. There's some parts I enjoyed more than others. There's sometimes during the daytime I would read a book, but most of the time I was looking up and just enjoying the prettiness. One of the disadvantages of going in December is that you have less sunlight, so you have more darkness. It gets dark about 5-ish,
Yeah.
5:30. So, I mean, you're pretty much can't see anything outside unless it's a lit up town. But we did see a beautiful moon, and there was one aurora borealis event that I couldn't see on the train, although I did try to look, but there was too much reflection from the lights. But it's kind of
This is the moon, and look at the fingers of clouds that seem to be holding it up. That was a super moon there.
I think we're on the Missouri River Runner now, going back to Kansas City from Missouri. And train travel is incredibly easy. We did a little bit of traveling the country in a van.
Oh, we've done it all. We've done early on. We did planes, then we did
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
travel trailer. Done that.
We did a travel trailer, and then we did a conversion van. And this is just literally the easiest way. Throw Mama from the train and let her shop. That's in Sedalia, that little sign. I think it's a good one.
All right, this is coming into Lee Summit, Missouri, We have a friend that lives there, and we've gone there with him on the train. And he is handicapped on a wheelchair, and he takes the train all the time between Lee Summit and Kansas City. And now we're coming into Independence, Kansas. We're very close to, this is Harry Truman's town, but this is very close to Kansas City. And the rest of this video will be coming into Kansas City.
So we're coming home. This is our final segment of the 10. And I think we would do it again. I think that we realize that more than one night on a train is a little hard on us old folk. But we can handle one night on a train as long as we have a recovery night following that.
Speaking of riding in a coach on the Rail Pass.
Speaking of that, yes. So the joy of the Rail Pass is you know exactly what you get. If you pay a regular coach price, you get the chance to bid up, which gives you a chance to pay a little bit more and get a room. However, you can't do that on the Rail Pass. But we did realize that it's a good way to travel.
Thanks for watching, and think about this yourself. Many happy trails on the rails.
Everyone's running like they stole a dream. Images of magazines. Take your chance while you're